The Honorable President of India, distinguished dignitaries, officer trainees of the Indian Corporate Law Service, the Central Labour Service, and the Defence Aeronautical Quality Assurance Service. I am Dr. Isaac Jose, officer trainee of the Indian Corporate Law Service. On behalf of all the young probationers here, I express our deepest gratitude for the opportunity to be in your esteemed presence today, ma'am. It is a moment of great significance for each of us to share with you, Honorable President, our journey from hopeful aspirants to facilitators of an aspiring India. Today stands as a reminder of our solemn responsibility to live up to the faith the Republic of India has reposed in us. I now call upon Srimati Deepti Gaur Mukherjee, Secretary, the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, to welcome the Honorable President and brief us.
Good morning, Honorable President of India, my dear colleagues, and young probationary officers from the Indian Corporate Law Service, Central Labour Service, and Defence Aeronautical Quality Assurance Service. It is an honor to stand before this august gathering in the esteemed presence of the Honorable President of India. On behalf of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Ministry of Labour and Employment, and Department of Defence Production, I express my deepest gratitude to you, Honorable Madam, for graciously agreeing to address our young probationary officers. These officer trainees from ICLS, CLS, and DAQAS represent distinct yet equally vital pillars of public administration and national development. Their presence here signifies not just a moment of personal achievement, but also a collective commitment to public service in different strategic domains, which is corporate governance, enforcing labor laws, and defense production. Honorable President, Madam, the ICLS cadre under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs plays a critical role in upholding the regulatory framework that governs India's vast and dynamic corporate sector, with statutory responsibilities under laws such as the Companies Act, the Limited Liability Partnership Act, and the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. These officers contribute to enhancing corporate transparency, fostering ease of doing business, and safeguarding investor interests. They serve across key institutions like the Registrar of Companies, Official Liquidators, the Competition Commission of India, the NCLT, the Serious Fraud Investigation Office, and the IBBI. Their training, Madam, has been conducted at the ICLS Academy within the Indian Corporate Law Service Academy, which equips them with the knowledge and ethical foundation required to administer complex corporate laws and policies with integrity and professionalism. Madam President, Central Labour Service, being an organized Group A service, was formally constituted on 3rd February 1987 by consolidating the post of the three different streams, namely Central Industrial Relations Machinery, the Labour Welfare Wing, and the Central Pool of Labour Officers. The officers of CLS are recruited through UPSC, and their role is crucial in building a future that is not only economically vibrant, but socially just. During the training of these 27 CLS officers at the Vivigiri National Labour Institute, they have been provided with not only the academic knowledge, but also practical insights into the complexities of the labour economic ecosystem, industrial relations, and social security mechanisms prevailing in the country. Likewise, Madam President, the 23 probationers, including the 3 female officers of DAQAS, recruited through the Engineering Services Examination, have undergone training at premier institutions such as the Air Force Technical College, the HAL Management Academy, and ISTM. The Defence Aeronautical Quality Assurance Service, functioning under Ministry of Defence, is responsible for the vital task of certifying quality and safety in the production and maintenance of airborne platforms and is the backbone of quality assurance in India's military aviation sector. In today's evolving geopolitical environment, where reliance on foreign OEMs is increasingly fraught with supply chain uncertainties, the role of these officers becomes even more pivotal. Their work ensures operational readiness through rigorous certification and indigenization, critical for the success of India's mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat in defense. To all the probationers who are gathered here, you are entering public service at a transformative juncture. I urge each one of you to to embrace this responsibility with a spirit of dedication, discipline, and integrity. Your training has laid the foundation, and now your service will build the legacy. Honorable President, Madam, your gracious presence here today is a source of immense encouragement for our young officers. Your words will, in no doubt, inspire them to pursue excellence in their careers and uphold the highest standards of public service. On behalf of all the ministries and the services they represent, I thank you once again for gracing this occasion. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am. I now invite Ms. Aruna M., ICLS Probationer Officer, to share her training experience.
The Honorable President of India, distinguished dignitaries, and officer trainees of all three services, a very good morning. I, Aruna M., hailing from Tumakuru district of Karnataka, am so honored and delighted to have this opportunity to be here on behalf of the officer trainees of Indian Corporate Law Service of 2023 and 24 batch to share our collective training experience. The ICLS is a premier service under the Ministry of Corporate Affairs recruited through the prestigious civil service examination by the UPSC. Madam President, taking forward the vision of Viksit Bharat aligned with the twin objectives of wealth creation and meaningful employment to reduce inequality, the MCA plays a vital role as facilitator, regulator, integrator, and educator in shaping the corporate landscape of our nation. Madam President, as officers of ICLS, we are entrusted with the administration of key statutes, including the Companies Act of 2013 and Limited Liability Partnership Act of 2008. Our role is crucial in facilitating capital investment within the country while ensuring that interests of all the stakeholders are safeguarded throughout the life cycle of a company from incorporation to dissolution wherever necessary. Madam President, our journey of 21 months long professional training program has been a very transformative journey. We started with the study of Companies Act 2013 and LLP Act of 2008 in great detail in the classroom program. Our legal acumen was further sharpened by the postgraduate diploma program on business and allied laws at the prestigious NLSIU Bengaluru. Our course module also introduced us to the world of accounting. We delved in depth into the subjects such as accountancy, Indian accounting standards, and fraud detection. Our attachment with the Enforcement Directorate, Serious Fraud Investigation Office, Competition Commission of India, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, as well as SEBI's National Institute of Securities Markets helped apprise us of the importance of the synergy between the regulators. We are now confident to don our investigative hats and unearth the irregularities to ensure financial accountability. Madam President, we were also exposed to the working of the ministry through a hands-on approach during our on-job training, where we got a practical understanding of the enforcement and regulatory work done by the ministry, along with implementation of flagship schemes like PM Internship Scheme. Madam President, one of the highlights of our journey was the visit to the CSR initiative, Spark Minda Foundation. It convinced us that creating a strong business and building a better world are not conflicting goals but are essential ingredients to achieve our sustainable development goals by 2030. Madam President, beyond the classroom program, our training offered space for reflection and wellness. A brief yet enriching experience at the Art of Living campus, Bengaluru, helped us cultivate mindfulness and emotional intelligence, qualities critical to public administration. Madam President, the 2024 batch officer trainees recently did Himalayan trek through Rupin Pass in Himachal Pradesh, which tested their endurance, strengthened friendship, and reaffirmed their commitment to teamwork and perseverance. Madam President, in addition to your valuable guidance, this Basaveshwara's Vachana, Kalabeda Kolabeda, Husiya Nudiyalu Beda, ಮುನಿಯಬೇಡ ಅನ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಅಸಹ್ಯ ಪಡಬೇಡ ತನ್ನ ಬಣ್ಣಿಸಬೇಡ ಇದಿರ ಅಳಿಯಲು ಬೇಡ ಇದೇ ಅಂತರಂಗ ಶುದ್ಧಿ ಇದೇ ಬಹಿರಂಗ ಶುದ್ಧಿ ಇದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೂಡಲ ಸಂಗಮ ದೇವರ ನೊಲಿಸುವ ಪರಿ which gives the Sapta Shilas including truthfulness, compassion, courtesy and self-control as the way for inner and outer purity which will guide us as karma yogis in this Kartavya Kal. We are grateful for the guidance, support and opportunities provided. Thank you, Madam President. Jai Hind. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Chitranj to share his experience.
Honorable President of India, respected dignitaries and fellow trainee officers. I, Chitran Chandra, Defense Aeronautical Quality Assurance Service Officer, working in DGAQA, Ministry of Defense, on behalf of ESC batch of 23 officers, extend our sincere gratitude for giving us this lifetime opportunity. It's an immense honor to stand before you today encapsulating the essence of 22 weeks of metamorphosis from engineers to airworthiness sentinels and stewards of aerospace quality. DGQA, as a regulatory authority in military aviation, the entire training program was meticulously structured across 3 phases, which has ingrained in us not just knowledge but the standards and ethos to uphold India's defense aerospace supremacy. Madam President, phase 1 of the training commenced with technical mastery at Air Force Technical College, Bengaluru, where science met systems. It immersed us in the aerospace journey of aerodynamics, propulsion, avionics and air armaments, with in-depth training on fly-by-wire systems, fatigue life analysis, NDT, radar and microwave engineering, to name a few. This phase taught us to speak the language of machines and materials. We also had insight into Indian Air Force work ethos and disciplines. Madam, phase 2 of the training was conducted at HAL Management Academy, Bengaluru, where standards met the shop floor. This phase was jointly undertaken by faculties from DGAQA, CIMILEC and HAL. At HMA, we transitioned from theory to certification protocols, process control, Indian military airworthiness procedure, as also Six Sigma, AS9100 and defect investigation procedures. It helped us to realize that quality assurance is the bridge between innovation and reliability. This further ingrained in us a simple truth: quality is not just an accident, it's a deliberate act of discipline. Phase 3 of the training was conducted at ISTM New Delhi, where rules met responsibility. The sessions on office administration transitioned us from hangars to handbook. CCS conduct rules, GEM RTI and GFR rules honed our ability to balance the transparency with operational secrecy. Phase 3 taught us that governance is systemic risk management. We can now wield administrative tools as deftly as torque wrenches. Today, at the conclusion of our training program, we stand equipped with technical knowledge, process rigor and ethical governance. As we stand at the threshold of our careers, we are no longer just engineers or officers. We are the guardians of quality assurance through product conformity, ensuring safety of flight at all times. In words of our ex-Honorable President Bharat Ratna, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, excellence is a continuous process, not just an accident. Today, we pledge to make excellence our processes and way of our lives. In the end, we once again express our sincere gratitude to Honorable President Madam for sparing valuable time for us. Thank you all and Jai Hind. Now I'd like to invite Dakshita to share her experiences.
माननीय राष्ट्रपति महोदया, वरिष्ठ अधिकारीगण, सम्मानित अतिथिगण तथा मेरे साथी प्रशिक्षुगण, आप सभी को मेरा जोहार, नमस्कार। मैं दक्षता गढ़वाल, सहायक श्रम आयुक्त केंद्रीय, इस गौरवशाली अवसर पर अपने विचार व अनुभव प्रस्तुत करने का सौभाग्य प्राप्त कर रही हूँ। महोदया, यह हमारे लिए अत्यंत उत्साह व सम्मान की बात है कि आपकी गरिमामय उपस्थिति में हम आज यहाँ आमंत्रित हुए हैं। हम केंद्रीय श्रम सेवा के नवनियुक्त अधिकारी इस अमूल्य अवसर के लिए अपनी कृतज्ञता व्यक्त करते हैं। हमारी सेवा का उद्देश्य श्रमिक हितों की रक्षा और औद्योगिक विकास एवं राष्ट्र प्रगति के बीच सशक्त सेतु का निर्माण करना है, जिससे कार्यस्थलों पर न्याय और समता का वातावरण बना रहे व श्रमेव जयते का सिद्धांत उन्नत हो। माननीय महोदया, इस प्रतिष्ठित सेवा के लिए चयनित होना मेरे लिए न सिर्फ गर्व का विषय है, बल्कि राष्ट्र निर्माण में जुड़े श्रमिकों के प्रति विशेष जिम्मेदारी का बोध भी है। हम 27 नवचयनित अधिकारियों के प्रशिक्षण कार्यक्रम का आयोजन 23 दिसंबर 2024 से 12 मार्च 2025 तक वीवी गिरी राष्ट्रीय श्रम संस्थान में हुआ। प्रशिक्षण के दौरान हमें श्रम कानूनों के सैद्धांतिक और व्यवहारिक ज्ञान के साथ साथ औद्योगिक विवादों को सुलझाने के आसान, निष्पक्ष व त्वरित तरीकों से अवगत कराया गया। हमें भारतीय प्रबंधन संस्थान तथा राष्ट्रीय विधि विश्वविद्यालय में प्रशिक्षण पाकर श्रम प्रशासन व नीति निर्माण के प्रति समझ विकसित करने का भी मौका मिला। एक कर्तव्यनिष्ठ अधिकारी बनने की इस कड़ी में हमने कार्यक्षेत्र में हुए प्रत्यक्ष अनुभव अपने साथियों से साझा किए, जिससे श्रमिकों के प्रति हमारी संवेदनशीलता और गहरी हुई। हमने देश की प्रगतिशील अर्थव्यवस्था में असंगठित क्षेत्र के योगदान एवं महिलाओं की भागीदारी को सशक्त करने हेतु सुरक्षित कार्यस्थल, न्यूनतम मजदूरी एवं समान वेतन, ग्रेच्युटी भुगतान, मातृत्व लाभ इत्यादि सुनिश्चित कराने का भी संकल्प लिया। इस प्रशिक्षण ने हमें यह सिखाया है कि हमारी भूमिका सिर्फ कानून लागू करने की नहीं, बल्कि करुणा से जुड़ी है। नियम हमें रास्ता दिखाते हैं, लेकिन हमारी संवेदनशीलता ही सकारात्मक हल तक पहुंचाती है व श्रम योगियों की गरिमा सुनिश्चित कराती है। महोदया, देश के इस अमृत काल में हम सभी नवनियुक्त अधिकारी अपनी सेवा को श्रमिक कल्याण एवं विकसित भारत के निर्माण में समर्पित करते हैं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद। श्रमेव जयते।
Thank you all of you for your insights. As a probationer myself, I am confident that the remaining part of our training will prepare us to serve the nation with competence and commitment. Now I invite the Honorable President to address the gathering and guide us all.
Dear Probationers of Indian Corporate Law Service, Defense Aeronautical Quality Assurance Service and Central Labor Service, I congratulate each one of you for your selection into these prestigious services. Your achievement is a reflection of your determination and perseverance. As you take on the challenges of public service, you should remember that your decisions and actions have the power to transform lives. In your respective domains, you will be the torchbearer of good governance, transparency, and accountability. Dear Probationers of Indian Corporate Law Service, the corporate sector is a key pillar of our nation's economic growth and development. As officers entrusted with the implementation and enforcement of corporate law, your role will be central in nurturing a business environment that is transparent, accountable, and conducive to innovation and entrepreneurship. Your decisions will influence not only policy and regulation, but also the trust that citizens and investors place in our institutions. The Companies Act 2013 provides the fundamentals of India's corporate regulatory framework. It covers important aspects of corporate social responsibility and good governance, such as the appointment of independent and women directors and the establishment of vigilance mechanisms. Recognizing the diversity of our corporate sector, the Act also provides specific support and regulatory relief for small and medium enterprises. Your responsibility, however, extends far beyond the implementation of statutory provisions. It is your duty to ensure that the law is not only enforced but understood, respected, and applied in a manner that promotes justice, fairness, and opportunity for all. Dear Probationer of Central Labor Service, as officers of Central Labor Service, you have chosen to serve in a field that lies at the heart of our nation's social and economic well-being. Your role is both important and multifaceted. On one hand, you are custodians of the law, tasked with ensuring compliance of labor laws that safeguard the rights and dignity of workers. On the other hand, you serve as compassionate mediators and advocates for social justice, promoting fair labor practices, harmonious industrial relations, and the overall welfare of the working population. The decisions you make and the actions you take have far-reaching implications for both industry and society. Your work can bring balance to the complex relationship between employer and employees. You can help create an environment of mutual respect, productivity, and equity. I urge each of you to carry out your duties with integrity, a strong sense of justice, and a spirit of humility. You should always approach your work with empathy. Let your service be defined not only by the enforcement of laws, but also by your commitment to fairness, dialogue, and the upliftment of the people you serve. Dear Probationers of Defense Aeronautical Quality Assurance Service, you are entrusted with the responsibility of ensuring quality of military aviation stores during design, development, production, overhaul, and repair. Your role as quality assurance professional in this regard becomes extremely important in the current global geopolitical scenario. Quality in military aviation is not just about meeting technical specifications. It is about ensuring operational safety, mission preparedness, reliability, and strategic superiority. You have a prime responsibility to ensure that all military aviation stores, whether indigenously produced or imported, meet the stringent quality and airworthiness requirements at par with the highest global standards. Augmenting defense capabilities requires not only strengthening public sector undertakings, but also actively hand-holding and enabling the private sector. By integrating private enterprises into the defense ecosystem through supportive policies and technology transfers, India can accelerate indigenization efforts and position itself as a global defense manufacturing hub. During the current year of defense reforms, you should come with innovative approaches to transform the armed forces into technologically advanced combat ready forces capable of multi-domain integrated operations. I hope that all the probationary officers assembled here today will work with unwavering commitment and contribute to the making of a developed India. You have the potential to be the agents of meaningful change. Let this great responsibility inspire you every day. I wish you all a very bright future. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.